So we'll get started with the walkthrough here around the outside. Again, I'm Kevin. We will typically cover bigger items, medium-sized items, leave a lot of the smaller regular maintenance stuff for the report. When you get the report though, if you have questions, concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll get started here at the front. Around the outside, primarily what I'm seeing is a lot of some deferred maintenance, painting, caulking and sealing some spots around the outside. There's some moisture damage to some bar drafter ends at the outside. That'll be covered in the termite inspection report as well. And then the roof inspection has already been done as well. So I've got what I could see, but I couldn't get up on the second floor roof. So they're going to be much more technically exhaustive inspection. But I will have some pictures in my report of stuff I found on the roof as well. A couple of windows. You can see one up here that's got that. Go ahead. So we got the goldish tint to the window, the haze. You notice that a couple other windows in the house, and I'll have those locations. They're what's called a blown seal, and it's the gasket between the two panes of glass lets go. You get some air and some condensation in there, and then the air reacts with the film that's on the inside, and also causes some condensation build up on the inside of the window. And overall, it's more of a cosmetic defect that affects visibility out the window. It's not so much of an emergency. It's not going to affect the rest of the wall, the inside of the wall, or anything like that. It's just water getting in between the two panes of glass from the air. So I'll have those locations in the report, as well as recommended upgrades in time. Watch your step.
Okay.
And watch your step here as well.
All right.
So then vegetation up against the house, that's stuff we'll recommend be trimmed back per regular maintenance plan. And then the stucco cracks around the outside is probably one of the biggest ones that I saw as far as most notable. I'll have a couple other pictures of some of the other ones around the outside. Stucco cracks are really common on houses of this age. They're going to be in the corners of doors and windows, stress points of a house. You just want to monitor them, and if they get to about the width of a nickel, seal them up to make sure moisture can't get in. But I really wasn't. You could touch up the moisture on this one, or the sealant on this one, or patch it, but it's really not. It's getting to that point where it could be sealed up, but it's not really that noticeable as far as something I would definitely call to have sealed. But we'll have some pictures of those in the report. The gas meter and the gas shutoff valve is down here in line with the plumbing like that. That means it's on. Shutting it off is giving it a quarter turn till it goes across the plumbing. Electrical panel. And the main breaker up here. Individual breakers all labeled. AFCI breakers for the bedroom lights, plugs. No issues inside the panel. Everything was looking good. Close that up. Head back around.
Okay.
Watch your step.
All right.
Top of the garage door, there's a gap. It's bigger at the ends of the garage door up at the top. You can get a weather stripping kit to put around the outside that helps seal off those edges. That just make sure no critters and stuff can get in there. There was some weather stripping. There was a little bit of a gap underneath the corner here that could be corrected as well with the door sweep, weather stripping on the garage door. Minor cracking, and then some chipping at the very top corners, like here, and on the other side as well of the garage. Nothing serious structurally that I'm seeing. And the concrete on the stem walls chipping a little bit as well. That could be patched up, but no serious significant issues that I'm seeing. More monitor conditions. You can repair the concrete as needed, but it's more cosmetic issues than anything. And a little bit of a trip hazard here. I think the concrete probably settled a little bit in this corner. The water shutoff valve is down here. Righty tighty shuts it off, lefty loosey turns it back on.
Thank you.
Welcome. Maybe I'll have some smaller defects with screens, bent frames, some minor holes. I'll have pictures of those in the report as well. Electrical wiring here. I couldn't trace it out or figure out exactly where it's going to, but I wasn't getting any power to it. And typically with these setups that I've seen, well, that actually looks like it may be set up for, oh, they probably had a plug end spliced into this and we're plugging it in, running power somewhere else out here in the backyard. I couldn't find the other end of it, and it's not receiving power. It looks like it is fully disconnected. But yeah, I just couldn't see where it ends in the backyard. But that's a typical way for us to see electricity ran to somewhere else in the backyard. It's not the way it's supposed to be done, but it looks like it's fully disconnected, not causing any issues at this point. The air conditioner is 2016. It's running, responds to the thermostat. It's too cold outside today when it's under 65 degrees out. It's too cold to run it for a long enough period of time to get a good temperature split on it. But we do run it, make sure it starts cooling, and then we have to shut it down pretty quickly after that. It's just you risk damaging the compressor when it's on for too long and it's too cold outside. So I'll have a note in there about service history, checking with the sellers on that. But I don't see any major issues with it at this point. And then the furnace and everything, that's up in the attic. I'll point the attic out, and that was fully functioning as well. Back here, let's see. There's another window with a blown seal up there. I think that's the master bathroom. Yeah, primary bathroom window. Back here. Really to go over, the fence, a couple of loose fence posts over here on this side of the house, some other loose fence another loose section of fence at the very front. The gate, the other side gate's a little loose as well, so we'll have all that noted in the report. But primarily it's more along the maintenance side of things, which is common for this age of house. We'll go around to the garage.
Okay. Yeah.
Garage door opens and closes fine. The water here is original to the house. So we'll have a note in there about recommending to budget for repairs and replacement because they don't last indefinitely. Water heaters, manufacturers say 8 to 12 years. We do see them last longer than that typically. And I'll have the exact age in the report. I just have to look it up on the data plate. Sometimes that number is a little different than the age of the house. So I'll have that in the report. And then most notable thing is rust, corrosion, and it's been slowly leaking here at the galvanized pipe connections and connection to the expansion tank. So we'll recommend a plumber to replace those connections, make sure that they don't leak in the future, potentially cause damage over time. It looks like we're catching it at the right time. It was still pretty dry up here, which does happen with the rust buildup. It can leak and then clog again because of the rust, but it has leaked before, so we'll definitely make note of that for sure. And then nothing else really burned out light bulb here in the garage, some missing or burned out light bulbs in the house, so I'll note those locations. And then over here, so some water staining up here at the ceiling, and it was really hard. It looks like this is the front wall at the second floor. I was looking to see if it was a roof issue here, just above here, or further up, and it looks like it's probably was a roof issue further up at the second floor, because right above here is second floor bedroom with the attic access in it, and then the attic access, I could see some water staining up at the second floor portion. So it looks like it probably came in there, worked its way down the wall, and got to here. But I'm not seeing, even up in the attic, in this staining, I'm not seeing indications that there's serious ongoing issues inside the wall or the ceiling here. So it may have been something that was already taken care of up on the roof. So we always recommend checking with the sellers on that, and then defer to the roof inspection, and then take it from there. But with my moisture meter today, I wasn't getting any moisture in there up here, and I wasn't seeing anything active up in the attic space. So it looks like it may have been something that's taken care of. Maybe it just needs a heavy driving rain to cause it, but I defer to the roof contractors on that. And we'll go inside. We'll get this later.
Okay.
Help with that.
Thank you.
Smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, everywhere they're needed. There's a loose toilet here. And then primary bathroom toilet's a little loose as well at the front. Doesn't slide as much as this one. The one up in the primary bathroom looks like it probably needs maybe a shim just to level it out. Could be retightened a little bit, but this is the primary loose toilet. Probably needs a new wax seal. And then there may have been some leaks previously, but nothing when I was running it. So I'll note that as well in the report. That was fine. This was fine for the most part. Minor stuff in the showers, a couple of loose valve handles. I think this hose connection was leaking. I was getting a little bit of water dripping out right here at the wall. I couldn't exactly see where it was leaking from. So we do know typically with that, that's something we'll write up more strongly, just because some of these you can get a little bit of leakage inside the wall behind there. None that I was seeing. Usually it just leaks out the front, but to err on the side of caution, we write them up pretty strongly. But it's usually a pretty easy fix. May require taking off this cover plate to get to it though. A little bit of grout or caulking at the bottom to be touched up. And then we'll head out. The bedroom here, nothing really to go over. I think all the guest bedrooms, I was just seeing there's no lower door guides for the closet doors. So they can swing in and out. We'll recommend those be installed. And then this door is a little stiff, a little difficult to operate, to slide back and forth. Thermostat is functioning for downstairs zone, upstairs zone. Thermostat's in the primary bedroom. No issues, no real concerns with the dining area here. There's a little bit of there's a small crack in the back of the firebox. So on the back of the fireplace, this firewall, it's very minimal. I would say it's more of a monitor conditions, repair as needed, but it's just really minimal. And then we always recommend having the flue swept and inspected for chimneys, because we can't see all the way up inside of it. So That'll be another one of our recommendations. And then it's gas plumbing for the fireplace here. So if you want to do a gas insert, it looks like it is set up for that. But right now it's just set up for wood burning. And then kitchen, the oven or the range was functioning. Microwave, dishwasher, garbage disposal were functioning as well. The range, it took a couple tries at first, probably just from lack of use, and then there just wasn't enough gas in the line, but it should kick on right away. So that was taken care of. The little bit of a leak here at this, one of these connections, just, yeah, probably just this joint here. So a leak there at the faucet. There's no air gap, the little R2D2 thing that sits here for the dishwasher drain line, so that's a recommended upgrade. Anything else? Yeah, no leakage, nothing like that. Oh, I couldn't get these cupboard doors open. I think there's just from general gunk from kitchen buildup and stuff that got up there, and there's no pulls on them, so I didn't want to yank them off just in case, but usually those open up, so I think those are just stuck. The other cabinets kind of had the same thing, a little sticky as you open them, so that one being above the cook surface, that one just in general is going to be a little more, have a little more buildup. GFSCAT protection. No recommendations for GFCI. Those are all upgraded. Kitchen has a couple resets, and I'll note the locations of resets in the house as well in the report. That's all fine. We head upstairs. Too much to go over. I'll mention probably from foot traffic, but there's some swelling to the floorboards here in the hallway. Really not to the point where it looks like there was, a major issue with water. Probably just from foot traffic. So I was just going to note that. Laundry. Dryer vent should be replaced with a more semi-rigid metal ducting, just for fire safety. And then the drip pan isn't connected to the drain line, so that's where your washing machine goes over that, and that drip pan is there to catch water, should drain into that. The way it is now, it may not all drain into that pipe, so we want to get that just on the off chance that there is a leak. Everything drains, nothing can damage anything up here. Gas and electric for whatever dryers it's going to be put in. Oh, exhaust fan is pretty noisy. It kind of sounds like something's in there. And that cover's kind of loose and hanging down. So probably there's something in there catching. Yeah, more of a maintenance item than anything for me. And bedrooms. This was the bedroom with the attic access. And so then right up here was where I was seeing a little bit of staining up there in the attic. And then below here is that garage location. So that's what I'm thinking it was, probably from the valley that's up here as well. Get a little bit of debris in the valley. The roof may be fine, but that debris can cause water to flow around it and then work its way around the flashing sometimes in that valley. So that's a pretty common place to see leaks for concrete tile roofs. So I'll have pictures of that in the report. Bathroom, a little bit of damage to the door molding. And then on the other side, same thing, a little less than that. Probably just from general bathroom moisture. Shower, everything in here was looking pretty good. Nothing major to go over. Toilet was fine. Oh, some mildew. I'll have pictures in the report as well, but just general mildew. Just got to make sure the exhaust fan gets used in here when this is the bathroom's in use. Nothing big to go over in this room. Here. Oh, the jetted tub is functioning. There's a GSCI outlet in there that may or may not need to be reset if for whatever reason this isn't working at some point. And this cover just pops off. But jetted tub's fully functioning. No big issues with the shower. Mildew buildup and stuff, but nothing crazy. Sinks looked good. No leaks. And then, the other attic access is up here. That's how you would get to the furnace. Furnace isn't original to the house either. That's fully functioning. I'll have the exact age in the report. And then insulation levels look good. The insulation on this house is on the underside of the roof sheathing. So just something to be aware of. I'll have pictures in the report as well. But instead of it being blown in and on top of the ceiling here, it's underneath the roof sheathing. So just a heads up, it's a little different in this house. Nothing to be concerned about. PEX supply lines, I didn't see any Kitech. Let's see, and I think that's about it up in the attic. That's pretty much it. Primarily what I was getting with the house was more along the lines of general maintenance items. Seeing it's in good shape. It's definitely seeing less of those maintenance items than we typically see on houses at this age though. So when you get the report though, if there's any questions, just let me know. Thank you very much.